Hey sports fans, ASMR Sports here. Today we've got an oldie but a goodie. I'm gonna chew some gum. Hope everybody's doing well. There we go. Okay. So, not too long ago, I was at a sports card shop in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And they had a bunch of these boxes. Now, you may think this is an ordinary box of 1989 Fleer baseball cards, but you, sir, or ma'am, would be wrong. This is an early edition box of 1989 Fleer baseball, which should have error versions of the famous 1989 Fleer Billy Ripken fuckface card. For those of you who are not baseball card collectors and do not know, that card, that 1989 Fleer Billy Ripken baseball card, is notorious in all the land of baseball card collecting because I know, I wish I would have brought a I'm trying to think where I would have. I know I have, yeah, I think I could probably find it, but in any event, hopefully we'll find one in this box. But basically this card from 1989 was like the most notorious thing that ever happened in baseball cards, certainly in 1989 and probably since then. Long story short, the card of Billy Ripken, as originally published in this set, has him holding a bat in his hands, and on the knob, the bottom of the knob of the bat, it says fuckface, written in like black Sharpie. And Fleer did not realize this until sometime after the cards were released. Then they quickly acted to alter the card in printing, from that point forward. And there are now, like, I think there are, depending on who you believe, up to like 20 or 25 versions of the corrected version of that card, with different ways of methods of covering up the knob of that bat that has the fuckface on it. So anyways, and some of those are super rare, but some people don't think that they're all legitimate. But anyways, the base error card is fairly hard to find. Only comes in product that was made before a certain date. If you have a case of this stuff, there should be a kind of a serial numbering on the case that will allow you to determine if all the boxes in that case are early series boxes or not. If you have just the box, there's really no way to tell. There's no way to tell in the packs either. So this, at least if I believe the place I bought this from, which I generally trust, this came from a case that had the right marking, and so they know. Unfortunately, there's a little bit of water damage on this box. Hopefully the cards are unaffected. I paid, I think, like $50 or $60 for this, and that's actually a pretty decent price. If you get a nice, good condition error card to Billy Ripken, it's probably worth $30 or $40. If you send it in, it's PSA 10. It's probably worth over $100. I haven't looked that up recently, but those would be my guesses. So if the cards are all mint in here, it'll be a nice deal. And any given card, you can see there's more damage here on the inside of this box. The packs here don't seem too affected, but in any event, if you can pull a couple of the Bill Ripkens, you're good to go out of this. And people still buy those cards for sure. There's definitely interest. Everybody who was collecting around this time knows about that error and probably wants a copy if they don't have one. You can also get actually a fair number of really nice Hall of Fame rookie cards out of here. Ken Griffey Jr., Randy Johnson. And Randy Johnson, let's talk about this. Randy Johnson actually has a similar kind of card in here that in his card there was a billboard in the background, and it said, so they changed that to like sort of darken it, and there's also many shades of like darkening on that card that leads to lots of different examples of it, and lots of people think some are more rare than others. So so with this early stuff, we could get some of those Randy Johnsons, and that could be very valuable. So there's a lot of good opportunity for hits in this stuff, I think. And then, there's right off the bat, first card, Joe Girardi, rookie card. How cool is that? He is, of course, former Yankee manager, won the last World Series with the Yankees, and he was the guy who was managing before Aaron Boone, who's the current manager, who has not won a World Series yet with the Yankees, but hopefully will sometime soon. So there's a nice card right at the bat there, Mike Davis. I'll probably go through these pretty quickly. Also, Gary Sheffield rookies in here, not worth a whole lot. These cards are in nice condition, but they're off-center, which is very common with this product. Left to right centering is just pretty horrible. And it's easy to tell because of the stripes on there, which are good like markers for how centered left to right the card is. There's Hall of Famer Nolan Ryan. It's the only card I'd pull out so far out of any of these. There is a web page out there, a website, I guess, dedicated to the Billy Ripken error card and the many different variations of the correction. I forget what the URL is, but it's like billripkencard.com or something. I'm sure you could find it in 2 seconds if you searched Google. So if you want to learn more or see some of the examples of the correction cards, check that out. The most common version of the correction is one that just has a black like square over the knob of the bat, and that one is only worth like $1. Yeah, there's just a ton of those out there. There's Gary Sheffield rookie, very nice. I have never seen anything except the error card itself and then the black correction card. I think next, most common after the black is probably one that has like a white box over it, but that actually is pretty rare, that one. I've never seen that in person. Which, I haven't gone looking for these, so it's not like it's ridiculous rare, it's just hasn't shown up in anything I've ever opened. I've opened a fair amount of this stuff, although I have to say I'm just looking at my collection of it right now, and I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. I've got 9 wax boxes at least of this stuff, and I've actually got some cello boxes and some rack boxes of 89 Flair too. I really like 89 products, 1989 baseball products that have the Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card in it. I think it's fun to open those, and they've been very cheap for a very long time. Now they're starting to increase quite a bit in value. Well, I shouldn't say quite a bit, but used to be able to get. And I have to say, if any of you are baseball card collectors, and there's a Craig Biggio rookie, nice Hall of Famer there. If any of you are collectors of unopened material, as I am, you will know that there's a nice Edgar Martinez second-year card. I think that's a second-year card. I believe I think it might be a rookie, because I think His 88 rookie card is an update series card, so that's not officially a rookie card. So that might be a rookie card. That's interesting. I'll have to check that out. I never thought of Edgar Martinez as an 89 rookie, but I am just thinking of his 88 card. That's his rookie card, and it is I believe, an update series card. And I know that because I know that there's like pretty much nothing you can get in 88 Flair that has any value, so that Edgar Martinez is not in there. Only thing in 88 Flair at this point is a Mark Grace rookie card, which is worth about 50 cents. It's an all-star team card. Very nice. Those were kind of cool to get back in the day in the like mid-80s and late 80s. They were pretty rare, pretty collectible. Paul Mahler, Hall of Famer. Bobby Witt. His son, Bobby Witt Jr., is one of the top draft picks from 2019, and Bobby Witt Jr. will have his first kind of MLB card in 2020 Bowman, which is coming out in the spring. Excited, but there's Randy Johnson, and so take a look at this. So this looks like, yeah, you really can't see it at all in this one, but behind him it says Marlboro in some very early versions of this card. But can't really make out anything in this one. Can't remember if I went through these or not. I feel like I did. Yeah, he was like the last card there. Was that a wax? Yeah, it's got wax on it, so it was the last one in the back. Alright. Yeah, so 2020 Bowman coming out in the spring, and before then in February, early February. Oh, there you go. Yes. Look at that beauty. It's a little bit off center to left, right, but you know, honestly, maybe it's not really. Yeah, I think it is a touch off center, but that's a real nice one. So there it says, can you see? Fuck face. Fantastic. Fantastic, you guys. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna sleeve it up later. I'd want to clip the corner of that so I don't screw up one of the corners on it. But that's a really nice centered one. I like that a lot. That left edge is a bit rough, so that would be almost certainly a PSA 9, not a PSA 10. It's just damn near impossible to get PSA 10s out of here. I was actually thinking the other day, I wonder if like the vast majority of PSA 10 cards from like these 89 products, like 89 Donruss, Jiminy Crickets, it's impossible to get a well-centered card that has perfect corners and edges. And I wonder if like the majority of PSA 10s that have been gotten by people are like trimmed cards, because you know, I used to think that trimmed cards were just impossible to get, you know, past graders, but now I know a lot better, because there is quite a scandal that's brewing with people who are trimming cards regularly, sending them in to PSA, getting them graded, and then you know, selling them in auctions or on eBay. Allegedly, one of the auction houses, or at least one, maybe several, are sort of in on the problem. You know, they sort of know people are doing this and still sell their cards for them. Kevin Brown rookie card. So, anyways, there's lots of evidence out there of cards that are like PSA graded, but have been found to exist, you know, before their current grade in another like lower PSA grade, and then were clearly trimmed or altered in some way to get a better grade, and it did not seem to, get past PSA, or did not seem to get held up by PSA, I should say. It did get past PSA, so that's a real problem. There's a beautiful Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card. Boy, I'm really pleased with the centering on this and the Bill Ripken that we got. So I have to say, and then you look at the next card and it's like horribly off center. So we're doing really good for centering. This is a really great box so far. I think we got a PSA 9 Griffey, we got a PSA 9 Bill Ripken. Now, I don't know that either of those cards in PSA 9 is really worth more than like $15, but it's a thought that counts. I'm just happy to get relatively well-centered cards out of any older box. There's John Smoltz rookie. So we're officially halfway through the box right now. We've got two of the really, well, we've pretty much got all of the good cards you can get out of this product with the Sheffield rookie, the Griffey rookie, and the Ripken error. So, this was kind of a fun little error card back in the day. It was uncorrected, so there's no corrected version of this, but they put rookie there for Dave Clark, who was a rookie, but they did not do that for any other rookies, so it was just sort of a silly design mistake. I wonder if they were at some point toying with the idea of putting that rookie kind of wording on cards of rookies, and then they decided not to do it, but like one of the designers forgot to delete it and nobody caught it. Something like that happened, I wonder. Yeah, so this is fun stuff. I don't know which of these stacks was the one that would have been on that damaged end of the box, but so far so good in terms of cards. Now Leiter is a commentator for the Yankees Yes Network. This is a pretty fun box to open, I have to say. So I think I was saying that, prices on older vintage wax have really steadily been going up in the last 5 years, I'd say. And even some of the junk era stuff, which this definitely is a product within that junk era. And there was certainly plenty of this printed. But even some of this stuff is starting to go up, like these 89 Fleer boxes and 89 Donruss boxes. I'm talking about the regular ones, not the early series like what I'm opening now, but the regular, your standard kind of box of 89 Fleer or 89 Donruss. For the longest time, you could get those for like $5 to $8 a box. All day long you could do that, but now, these boxes of 89 Fleer are $25 or $30. 89 Donruss go from anywhere from like $20 to $30. And shoot, it was just like probably last year I picked up. I bought a bulk kind of collection of wax boxes. At a card show that I was at, and I paid like $2 for each box of cards, and I bought like, 100 boxes or something in one fell swoop, because this dealer was just trying to not have to haul that stuff back home and, onto the next show, which I can understand. So, I got a good number of 89 Donruss boxes in that lot for $2 a shot. Now, it's funny because that same dealer I saw had gotten some new wax, some new old wax boxes, and he was selling an 89 Donruss box, and it was $20, and I actually think that's under priced. I think you could get more for that. You know, in the right circumstance, this guy tends to have really good pricing. So that $20 was like, you know, a good deal. All right. Well, let's see what we can do about getting doubles on these cool, on the better cards in this product. Ron Gant. Boy, was he a great player for a few years. Davis was another guy who was just super, really good, powerful, fast player. Dante Bichette. His best friend in baseball was Joe Girardi. So the Yankees actually drafted I think the older of Dante Bichette's sons, whose name is also Dante Bichette. He's Dante Bichette Jr. He ultimately, I think, did not make the bigs. But his younger brother, Bo Bichette, is currently playing with the Blue Jays and doing quite well. He's one of the better rookies from, you know what, I'm trying to think if Bo Bichette had rookies in 2019 or if his stuff is going to be 2020. I can't remember. Speaking of that, I think I was about to mention this and then I got sidetracked, but Topps flagship, so the base Topps product for baseball cards is coming out in Series 1 form in I think very early February, which is just about 20 days away, and then at that point spring training will be just around the corner. So it's exciting. Even though it's January, it's cold as frickin' hell. Actually, it's cold as hell, like inversed, where I am anyways. And there's plenty to be depressed about with 3 feet of snow everywhere you look, and perhaps more on the way. There is a lot to look forward to in January, because February is going to lead to some cool stuff with baseball cards and with the baseball season. That's if you're a baseball fan, of course. If you don't care about baseball, you probably just think January's terrible, although, you got the Super Bowl. I think the Super Bowl doesn't happen until February, but it used to happen in January. But you got that to look forward to. Ramon Martinez, brother of Pedro Martinez, the Hall of Famer. I'm a little bit bummed we're not getting multiples of Ken Griffey Jr. I guess I might have to settle for one, nicely centered one, as opposed to multiple crappy centered ones or crappy conditioned ones. Which, if I had to make that trade, I definitely would make that trade, because, boy, I got a lot of badly centered Ken Griffey Jr.'s in my collection already. I don't really need any more, but I do not have many, if any, well-centered ones. So, alright, last chance here. Matt Williams, he was a great hitter. He and Will Clark. And we are not going to get 2 of the good cards. Wow, that's funny. That's actually like really good collation. I think we probably got like pretty close to a complete set there because I don't think we got doubles of any good player. Let's see if I'm mistaken about that. You know, you got one Sheffield, and I'm pretty sure like all these other guys I pulled, like there's only one of them. See if we can spot any doubles. Oh, was there another Gwyn? No. I was thinking of Murray. I mean, that's impressive. That's impressive. There's just no doubles. That's amazing, actually. But, you know, I like it. Then we're guaranteed to get, you know, probably at least one of every card. And we certainly did of every major card, at least that I can think of. Alright, so that was fun. I enjoyed that. That was a cool rip. I hope you guys did too. Hope we've got some vintage or some like junk era wax fans out there. Alright, well thanks so much for watching, everybody. These are the winners. Right here. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Alright, so oh man, I'm just looking at this Ripken and I think it's got a dinged left corner. It's hard to tell. I'll get the old magnifying glass out. See what we can see. Alright, well. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll catch y'all later. Have a great one. Bye.